The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." So don't let them fool you. Any government big enough to provide 100% safety and give you everything you want is a government big enough to take everything you have, including your freedom. So in this video, we're covering fictional and non-fictional example of these very true concepts that oppose life, liberty, and your pursuit to happiness. Now is the time to hit that like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell for more Techtastic videos just like this one, and you'll surely want to share this video with your brothers and sisters of liberty. Imagine a dystopic world where your career and social life is dependent on a facade you portray to the world in order to gain certain points to be able to enter certain restaurants, attend certain events, and even have certain friends. This is the dystopic world of Black Mirror's Season 3, Episode 1, called Nosedive. This is a totalitarian world that fronts as a perky utopia. Spoiler alert. In this world, you dictate all your actions based on others' approvals. This basically turns people into slaves, as everyone gives and has social credit scores ranked on the scale of 5 stars, with 5 being the highest score. Plus, everyone in this dystopian world has certain contact lenses connected to their social media system that allows them to know what one's social credit score just by looking at them. Every interaction gets a ping of approval. If the barista screwed up on your latte order, hit him with 1 or 2 stars. If your roommate surprised you by cooking a scrumptious dinner, give her 4 or 5 stars. So in this world of social climbing, everyone is glued to their social media system that resembles Facebook or Instagram. The main character, Lacey, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, is also heavily invested in monitoring her ranking, just as everyone else is. She's more interested in Instagramming a photo of her cookie and coffee and getting 5 stars rather than actually enjoying the treat. The plot thickens when Lacey's old school friend, the annoyingly beautiful influencer, Naomi, played by Alice Eve, lowballs her with a sub-5 rating. This causes Lacey to become deeply afflicted because clearly their entire score status in life is at stake. With this lifestyle community, it's either a fake smile or a jail cell, and Lacey's brother Ryan, portrayed by James Norton, actually calls it fake smile jail cells. The audience will discover this as Lacey's colleagues decide to break up with her boyfriend and soon becomes a social para with a 2.4 ranking, which resulted into him being fired as he couldn't enter his place of work with that low score. Lacey's brother Ryan sarcastically says that her social standing is that no one is this happy. He can see through the facade and claims that a 2-year-old with a balloon isn't as happy as she pretends to be. Ryan is much more realistic and content with having life with a simple 3.7 rating. But Lacey is determined to raise her rating so much that she hires a consultant to assess her analytics. This consultant estimates it will take about 18 months for Lacey to reach her goal of 4.5 social credit score. That would seem easy enough, but the catch is that she must get higher ratings from quality people, like her old friend Naomi, which was why she was so stricken when Naomi gave her a low score. However, Lacey is overjoyed when she has a second chance to build her social credit score when Naomi invites her to be the maid of honor at her wedding. And of course, that upscale wedding is just as plastic as a Barbie and Ken doll. Yet, it can make a major impact on people's lives, as the guest list consists of people with 4.7 ratings. The dystopic social climbing rat race ensues. Lacey is fully aware that if she can amaze the guests with a moving speech, her rating is guaranteed to shoot through the roof. And even though her brother Ryan reminds her that Naomi is a downright mean girl who slept with Lacey's ex, Lacey rushes to the airport to attend the wedding. With the worst of luck, Lacey's journey to the wedding is wrought with setbacks. She knocks into a woman, spilling her drink. One cab driver gets angry that she was late to the door. Another just finds her annoying, and all the while her social credit score decays. To make matters worse, the flight gets canceled, and her plummeting rating makes it impossible for the airline employee to transfer her. Naturally, Lacey cops an attitude. Security is called, and double damage is invoked, and her social credit score decreases to 3.1. Lacey then opts to get a rental car, but she's forced to rent a low-grade car since her 3.1 level won't permit her to get a better rental car. And when it rains, it definitely pours. The rental car runs out of gas, causing her to miss the rehearsal dinner. So she resorts to hitchhiking. But unfortunately, the other drivers with mindsets refuse to pick her up since her social credit score continues to slip under. One good Samaritan that lives happily with a rating of 1.4 offers Lacey a ride. The truck driver, Susan, portrayed by Cherry Jones, explains that she used to be like Lacey. She lived for her rating. Then her husband got pancreatic cancer and was denied crucial treatment because his rating wasn't high enough. After his death, she turned her back on the world And although Lacey sympathizes with Susan and understands the relief of forgetting about the rating system, she insists that she must establish herself socially and romantically before she could stop fretting about her rating. Then Lacey talks to a fuming Naomi, who threatens to take her out of the wedding as the maid of honor because her rating is too low. Truth often reveals itself during times of extreme rage, and in Naomi's anger, Lacey learns that she's only invited in the first place because her original 4.2 seemed authentic and likely to benefit Naomi. Friendship had no matter in the invitation to be the maid of honor. An enraged Lacey tells Naomi she's still coming, and when she does, she enters liquored up and covered in a muddy bridesmaid's dress, thanks to the dirt bike she rode to the reception. To Naomi's horror, Lacey insists on giving a speech. And this flustered, heartfelt speech includes revelations about Naomi's true colors of being a treacherous, conniving sociopath who actually encouraged Lacey's eating disorder back in school. But from there, viewers won't believe what happens next. Lacey grabs a knife and in a flurry of pings sends her rating to a perilous 1. Security then takes her away while she screams like a madwoman, which ultimately sees her in a jail cell. And ironically, locked in a tiny cell with a thick glass wall, she strips off her dress, turns to engage in an expletive-laden insult match with the prisoner in the opposite cell. And that's when she feels the most freedom and authenticity in her life. Perhaps that scene shows Lacey's true colors. And it makes viewers ponder on how much we're willing to change ourselves for society's approval, and what happens when a government does actually enforce these social norms via a social credit system. Well, we can now take a look at the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, as a modern-day real-life case study because their Chinese social credit system has already been activated and implemented, and they call it a National Trust Building Initiative. The Chinese social credit system currently being plotted has already caused punishments on their citizens. In one popular case of mixed martial arts, Zhu Zhaidong, whose social credit score has been lowered to D, has a court order that denies him the freedom of buying real estate, purchasing an airplane ticket, and sometimes even boarding a train. He was charged with proving that MMA fighting is more effective than traditional Chinese martial arts like Kung Fu and Wushu, as he completely demolished the so-called best of the best traditional Chinese martial arts masters. As authoritative groups often use doublespeak, the Chinese Communist Party refers to their system of behavioral and cognitive control as a broad range of efforts to improve market security and public safety by increasing integrity and mutual trust in society. As detailed by China Law translates, the phrase social credit may also suggest something different in English than in Chinese. It's a literal translation, but might overemphasize interpersonal connections. Its real meaning is close to societal, or the public, in different contexts, and it states that its main objective of social credit is to ensure compliance with legal obligations. They profess that their social scoring of citizens, companies, and public institutions is to track the extent to which citizens follow law. As authoritarians mostly covet compliance, the CCP social credit system seeks to enforce compliance with their rules. Yet it is phrased as a way to honor trustworthiness. So the CCP employs a wide network of private and public companies to help paint a picture of each citizen's trustworthiness. It has already been confirmed in 2019 that around 200 million Chinese citizens have already been under the thumb of the CCP social credit system. And any major Chinese companies, like Alibaba and Tencent, feed data to their CCP overlords to maintain this totalitarian scoring system. So what are your thoughts about this social credit system? And what did you think of Black Mirror's episode called Nosedive? Let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And if you're new to Techtastic, give us a like, as that helps us out a lot. Subscribe with the notification bell for future updates and Techtastic videos just like this one. See you next time.